Hey guys, and welcome to Conan Exiles Guides Episode 2, creating your character and which god you should choose, because that's quite important to know. So anyway, let's start off with the character creation. I am going to create a male, because I am male. And although it's great to have boobs and all that, this is what I'm going to be. So at the moment, it doesn't seem like any of the race options really change your character. Like they change your appearance slightly, change your skin color, but all of that can be sort of modified anyway from the options we have here. So I'm going to be a tribal Chameleon. I like the fact that they're fiercely loyal to one another and they quickly turn against their multitude of enemies. Playing the underdogs, it's always cool. So the religion, now this is a really important thing, guys, because religion affects the items that you can craft in the game. Now it's not permanent. You can learn the other religions. You don't have to just be part of one religion, but that costs quite a lot of knowledge points, especially when you're starting out the game. I think it's 50 knowledge points if you want to learn a secondary religion. But there are NPCs that will teach you that religion for free, but obviously you need to be strong enough to go out there and find those and not die to all of the hostile creatures around there. So let's talk about Crom first. Crom's the first one on the list. He is a god who requires no worship. So when I first started, I thought, yeah, cool, I don't want to have to bother worshipping a god because that takes time. Unfortunately, Crom doesn't give you anything in response to your no worship. So picking Crom is basically just a religion that you don't get anything with. So I would really not recommend picking Crom. They might add some things to him later on in the early access, but not right now. For Set, he's the god of serpents and sacrifice. Now Set's pretty cool because the item that he gives you, the main item, which is like an antidote, is probably one of the only items that you can't make easily by other means. You can make a violet cure-all by getting serpent glands, but you have to go and kill snakes. And snakes are pretty tough, and they're only found in the northwest of the map where things are pretty hard. And they don't drop very often, so being able to get that violet cure-all and get that antidote is quite tough. Obviously spiders, if you've played the game before, you know that spiders give you a stacking debuff which slows you and also deals poison damage, and they can really stack up fast if there's a lot of spiders, and using one of the antidotes cures all stacks of the debuff, which is really helpful, especially if you're fighting against hyenas as well, because the stacking debuff of the spider poison slows you, and the hyenas also slow you, to the point that if you have the poison debuff and the hyena debuff, you cannot move at all, which is really, really irritating, especially if you're getting overwhelmed by creatures. Just being able to pop one of those antidotes and get rid of all of your poison stacks and sort of run away is really, really helpful. There's also some other clothing items and weapons and shields you get later on in the game, but we'll cover those in a later date. So Set, pretty useful. He's probably someone that I'd recommend being above the other religions, because the other religions you can get their items somewhat similar or somewhat easily. So Yogg is the next one. Now Yogg is pretty easy to get his stuff. I mean, you just have to go up to people, you butcher them using a Yoggite cudgel, which is what you get for making the altar, and you get something called unpurified meat or unblemished meat. You can then put this in the Yogg altar and turn it into purified flesh, which basically doesn't decay, which is really handy. They've just changed it. It used to have a regeneration buff as well, so that it would give you like a heal when you ate it, but they've just removed that. So this flesh at the moment, you can carry loads of it in your inventory, you can go on a really long hike, and you don't have to worry about any of it decaying. So that's really helpful. You also get some other weapons and clothing later on in the game, but just like with Set, we'll discuss that later. And Mittra, he's the one that I chose on my first characters. Very similar to the Yogg, how you harvest the things. You get something called lesser souls, and they can be turned into something called ambrosia. Ambrosia is one of the 2 healing type potions that you get in the game, which are pretty good, pretty easy to come by, and they just give you a regeneration buff. So it's not like a full heal where you heal a certain amount of hit points instantly. It just gives you a regeneration over time. However, you can also get an aloe elixir once you get to level 15, which is pretty much the identical component as the ambrosia. Obviously, you can start with Mittra getting the ambrosias earlier because you start with them at level 1. But because of that fact, I wouldn't really start off as Mittra. I'd start off as Set, because having those antidotes is really something you can't get at the start of the game. Although Mittra is very nice to have the healing potions earlier on. So I think if I was going to choose, it would either be Set or Mittra. But for the benefits of this video, I'm not going to be going for spiders right away, so I think I'm going to choose Mittra. So there we go. So let's have a look at the voice options. Unfortunately, I've had to disable my in-game sound because there's a current bug with my CPU and the Unreal Engine, which quite a lot of people are experiencing, which causes in-game stutters about every 30 seconds to 2 minutes, which lock up the computer for about 10 seconds, which is really not good. But this is early access, so it's not really, I'm not really bothered by that. I'll just play with no sound and deal with that. So I'm just going to randomly choose male 3. There we go. Head options, let's have a look here. So I can turn my head, look around. I quite like the fact that he's got some eyeliner on, you know, it's a little bit edgy. It's pretty cool. Let's have a look which face we choose. I don't really like that one, he looks a bit silly. He looks quite worried. Understandable considering he's on a cross, but anyway. I'm going to go with the middle one. Looks cool. Should we have some hair? I don't have much hair in real life, look. So I might go with this guy. I don't think they've got any similar hairstyles to mine. Maybe this one, you know, it's sort of the same. Let's go with this one, he looks a bit silly. Let's not go with grey though. Let's try red. Could be a bald, ginger, long-haired monk. Eyebrows, let's have some crazy eyebrows. Crazy red eyebrows. Yeah, they look cool. Looks eyeshadow. You can change the different eyeshadow options. I quite like the one that we had. This one here. Not sure about the colour. Should go with red. It matches our hair and our eyebrows. Pretty cool. Face details. What kind of jaw size should we go for? I like it to be the Ani, so I go with the wide jaw. Nice. Cheeks. Looks a bit silly, but let's do it anyway. Nose. You know, I think I'm not a big fan of all these crazy, outlandish looking people. So let's just try and make him a fairly normal, decent looking guy. Ears. I can't even see this guy's ears right now, so I'm going to have to just poke them out a bit through his hair, just to make it actually look like he's got ears. Let's make them a little bigger. Maybe about there. There we go, we can see he's got ears, so he doesn't look like a freak of nature with no ears now. Eyes. I want to go for that intense sort of look. Let's go with those big, intense eyes. There we go. Body features. Okay, so this is the height scale. Smaller or larger. I always like playing big people. Physique. Breast size. You can actually change the man's breast size. I want big pecs, so I'll go like this. My diamonds. No, you can't have it small, can you? You're a guy. You just can't pick it small. It's, you know, it's got to be. So, here hangs, I'll call myself Freya, the tribal Chameleon. Condemned to death in exile for crimes including spreading malicious rumors, banditry, and corrupting the youth. Any who remove this body, living or dead, from the cross will be flayed alive along with all members of their family. Confirm. I'll take that. Much I remember, but much I've forgotten. I have been in a far land across misty voids and gulfs and unlit oceans. Cool. During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was transported into the exiled lands. Crucified and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed, death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes. Nice. Oh, who's this? This. Hey! It's Conan! He's gonna rescue us! But my eyes are closed again. Look at those pecs. I've got pecs like that. Nice. I think he's rescued me. I'm pretty sure he has. It's quite black. La 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 la. There we go. Loading the game. Nice. Well, guys, I hope that was informative, maybe somewhat confusing to do with the religions, but we'll just go with it. And if you like the video, like it, please subscribe. I will be bringing out content daily, or at least trying to, over the next few days. Oh, I've just gained a level by doing absolutely nothing. Awesome. Yeah. Great. See you later.